All right, I'm going to go over the drill press. It's much like a normal drill, except you have a crank that's going to make it go up and down, so you can kind of go through thicker things, harder things. Also, the nice thing about it is it's almost always perpendicular, right? You can rotate the bed to tilt it different degrees. You can also, oh, this is the bed. There's a lock right here. You have to unlock it, but then you can crank it up and down. And once it's unlocked, you can turn it left and right, so you can center things. But whenever you do that, you do need to verify that when the bit goes in, it's going to go in this hole in the center of the bed, not into the bed. So beyond that, we have the chuck. Oh, and when I'm done, I want to lock that up. We have the chuck, which holds the drill bit. We have what's called the chuck key, which is right here. It's a little tool. When you use it, it needs to go back where you got it from, or else it's really hard to find. There's an on-off switch. There's a motor back here which makes it go, and gears with belts. You can change the belts to get different speeds. We don't ever really need to do that, so we just leave it about mid-speed. If you needed to, you would need to talk to me. I have my sleeves rolled up. I have a apron on, which is covering my tie, so I'm pretty safe. This spins, obviously, so you don't want to have something where your hands are going to get sucked in, or like gloves or a scarf or something like that on. Also, I'm not wearing my mask because I'm in here by myself. If you were in here right now during COVID, you would want to have your mask on. So I'm going to change the drill bit, and then I'm going to drill a hole in this piece of wood. Different size. So I'm going to take the chuck key, I'm going to stick it in here. I'm going to turn it counterclockwise. It's going to pull out the old bit. I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to put it there, and then I'm going to put it away back in the cabinet where it belongs. As I spin it this way, there's 3 little heads there, and so those open up when I go that way, and they close when I go this way. Once I have it hand tight and I want to go back in, stick this in and turn it, right? So that's really going to tighten it on there. And remember, I'm going to take this, I'm going to stick it back here. Now there is a little button here that says laser. It makes this laser on the work. I don't ever trust this laser. It's just supposed to show you where you're going to go. Another way you could do that is you could just take this and go, oh, there's the spot I want to be. Either way works, but I think the old way is fine. All right, so you can see I went ahead and did a little setup on here. So I have the work set up in a vise, which is holding it nice and tight, and then I have 2 clamps holding the vise to the bed. That's because I don't want to be holding this, have it spin out of my hands, right? This is going to make everything nice and precise. So once I have, oh, the other thing too over here is you have a depth gauge. So say I didn't want to go all the way through this material, I could set this little gauge and it'll stop. See, it's stopping me before I even go. So I could measure out how far down I wanted to go and then have it stop right there. You can also have a certain height for where you want to start. So that's just kind of a nice little feature add-on. You don't always have to use it. All I have to do now to start is just press start. Oh, I'm gonna take that off. Nice and slow, and I'm through. Now, when I'm done here, see I have a nice hole. If I was really concerned about this sort of blowout I get here, if I stick another piece of wood underneath it, then it's going to prevent that from happening.